Good morning. Oh, I'm echoing. Mute. There we go. Good morning, my fellow travelers on Spaceship Earth. How are you doing, Colton? How you doing, Warren? I guess there's no option to do not show me this. I can't. Oh, man. It's been a morning. Oh, you got a commission? Hey, look at you. Getting all commissiony. We'll call you Commissioner Gordon. Commissioner Colton. There we go. So, let's see. What else is going on today? Boy, I've got a lot of stuff on the... Hey there, Cat. Jackson, I'm having issues. And I'm not the only one. George has bolted in here and bolted out like 6 times since the opening credits started. George is insane. Oh, there he goes. He just ran out of the room at full speed. The midnight crazies have struck at 9:21 a.m. Right? George, it's already chaotic. You don't need to be extra chaotic. We're already having way too much chaotic here. Yeah, he definitely has the zoomies. Most definitely has the zoomies. So, yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, I wasn't on last night because we watched Apollo 13. And so there's probably going to be moving soon. Like, we'll have to be moving at some point very soon. And so because of that, there's been an awful lot of chaos and things moving and stuff being shifted around and things like that, which is kind of one of the reasons why I've not been here. A lot of nights I'm trying to do different things. I'm trying to get other things together. I'm really trying to get all of my stuff together for CU so that I can go to college. I will be continuing to do this stream when in college. So just so you guys are aware, this will not stop because I don't usually go to sleep until midnight anyway. So, I mean, even with a full class load and everything like that, all it will mean is I'll start this stream and then you guys can join me and I'll just do my homework here while we sit here and you'll just body double me on my homework. You know what I mean? Like, totally on board with this battle plan. So, not terribly worried about it, but between now and college start in January, I'm thinking that, and this is, by the way, I have not been accepted to the college yet, but my plan A is to go to college. My plan B is to go back to Japan. So either way, something will be changing here very quickly. But yeah, I've been kind of poking around and doing stuff and looking at things and trying to figure stuff out, and it's been a thing. Also, kind of realizing that part of the reason that I'm spacey this morning is probably because I haven't taken the medications this morning, haven't drank all my coffee, and haven't done all the things. Coffee is important. It's a critical component of any morning is your coffee. It actually really frustrates me that McDonald's coffee is so good. It really shouldn't be, you know. I'm just saying, it shouldn't be. So, how are we doing today? How is everybody out there in our world land today? Is everybody doing well? Yeah, and I don't know why George has got the zoomies. He started out this morning with the zoomies. I mean, like, that was definitely a thing. So I don't know what was going on. So just trying to get through the week. Oh, you've got a textbook for it? Ugh. So, okay. I've been seeing questions or I've been seeing ads, not questions, ads for the the newest Kindle has um, oh yeah. The newest Kindle has the ability to write on it now. So it really is kind of like a pad from Star Trek in that it's thin and about paper size now, and it has the paper screen, so you can do black and white, and that's it. Um, and it was like I've been kind of contemplating that, but um, only if I can use that in college. So now I'm kind of like thinking, wouldn't that be kind of useful if I could take notes and things like that on this? Um, because of course, the problem I've got with my Surface, as much as I absolutely adore my Surface, and I do, um, the biggest problem I have with it is that it's it's not something that spins up quickly, and it uses a lot of battery, and like it's not something that seems like it could just save. You could just write notes in a classroom and then save it. Um, so I've been kind of thinking about that. I've been kind of thinking about, how do I make it? Should I get something like that? Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm sure every class that I'll go to, everybody will be pulling out their personal PCs and notes all the time. And I bought myself a couple of blank spiral notebooks, which, by the way, it's really annoying how hard it is to buy blank spiral notebooks because it should be easy, but it isn't. You can only find spiral notebooks with either graph paper or blue lines. But I was noticing I found my spirals from when, yeah, I know you have to attack the paper. Are you glad you've attacked the paper now? Okay. The spirals that I've spiral notebooks are either and I went and looked at my old spirals, and they when I photographed all of them, like, because I was just taking pictures of the pages and stuff. When I photographed all those old spirals, I noticed that they all had pictures. Some of them were really good. And I'm like, I know I'm going to end up doing artwork in these spirals. So teeny tiny squares. Oh, yeah. So my adopted kiddo from Japan, the last time she was here, she brought me the most awesome multicolored pen. And the pen tip is so small that I think I could actually probably reasonably write kanji in the squares and grid paper. It's pretty funny. So anyway, just saying. But yeah, I'm kind of pondering the idea of doing either taking with I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do this year. I mean, I guess I could cut out the middleman if I just made my own pages and then just loaded pages in and saved them for each class. You know what I mean? Like, take notes in class and stuff like that, and then just save them per class. And that might actually be my best bet. So, I don't know. Kind of thinking that. So, anyway, I don't know whether that sounds like a good idea or not, but yeah, is my first thought. So, anyway, what do you guys think? Maybe that's what I'll do today. Make some basic paper things or something. Yeah, I'm going to go for spring semester. Well, and that's the thing that I was thinking about, Jackson, was like, if I made pages that I could draw on or whatever, then maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to just bring them into a basic drawing program. I wonder if there's a way to do a basic drawing program. Is there like something that wouldn't have a million different widgets all over the place, And I had, like I said, this has to be quantified. I haven't been allowed in yet. But Colton, here's the story. It was really cool from this week. Okay, so we all know that I went to Westwood College. Westwood College got into a lot of legal trouble, and they ended up being decredited and things like that. So I went to CU and I gave them the transcript for Westwood College, and they were like, well, I don't think we can take anything from here. And I'm like, all I really want to show you is what kind of student I am. Because if you take my high school transcripts, not only are my high school transcripts 30 years old, but it does not reflect what kind of student I am now. I mean, the person I was at 17 is nothing like what I am today. So I was saying, hey, let's, take a look at this and see if this helps. And so at some point they were like, we've looked it over and we've decided that there's absolutely nothing we can take from your college transcripts. And in fact, because we can't even recognize that you went to college, you're going to have to go back to being a first year student. And so we need your high school transcripts, and we need a letter of recommendation from one of your teachers, and yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, I know that the last teacher that was at the open school when I was at open school retired 4 years ago. So I'm like, how am I going to do this? So I reached out to my old advisor and he didn't respond. So, which that's fine. Reached out to my old advisor and he didn't say anything. So I was like, well, that's a thing. So I'm like, I don't know what I can do. I know that I'm still friends on Facebook with my old principal. So I might be able to get her to write something if I ask nicely. We'll have to see. And so I was like suffering through this all. So like 2 days ago, I drove up to the campus, and so I went up to the campus and I was just sitting there I was in the Regent Hall. And so I went up there to ask a question about financial aid. And so I went across the way to the admissions, and I had my buddy with me. And I'm trying to convince my buddy to go to college too, because she's in a rut as well and kind of needs to be shaken out of it. And I think this is a good move for her as well. So anyway, I go to Regent and I'm standing there in admissions and I was like, hey, out of curiosity, do you still have me in the system from when I was here? And the guy behind the desk was like, you were here? And I was like, oh yeah, I was here for like 3 classes. And they were all continuing education. And good morning, Patsy. And they're all continuing education. So, I don't expect them to be anything. And he starts ticka, 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 ticka. And he's like, you took Japanese 1020. And I went, yeah. And he goes, that's a second semester class. I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I was here for 2 semesters. And he goes, You were here for 2 semesters. You're a transfer student. You're not a first-year student. So my Westwood stuff, complete bunk. They're never going to use it. They don't even care. However, I happen to have been in at CU Boulder for 2 semesters in 1992 to 93. So they'll take that and move me as a transfer student. So it wasn't Westwood that got me into the transfer student for CU. It was me being at CU in 1992 before I dropped out and said, I'm too smart for college, which is what I did and now regret. But yeah, I wanted to be in the transfer pool because A, finding things for the first year stuff is going to be difficult. Yeah, they're going to just use the old transcripts, which is fine. I mean, it's going to say that I can clep out of Japanese 1010 and 1020, which is fine because that's 101 and 102 for normal people. And honestly, my Japanese is far better than 101, 102 level. There was no way I'm going to go back in and they're going to go, so first we'll practice hiragana, Would you like me to just write all of this in Japanese and translate on the fly? Because I could. It's like... So it all worked out in the end. It was very funny. And I was like, oh, I can test out of a whole lot of classes. It's totally fine. That's exactly what we're going to do too. I'm going to clap out of a ton of classes as much as I can because the entire goal here is to go get my doctorate. So I'm out to get my PhD. And technically, I am redoing my undergrad from scratch. So anything I can do to shave off time on my undergrad is good. Yeah, that's it. I'm headed in for my PhD, and anything I can do to shave time off of my undergrad is cool. But even if it isn't, even if there's not stuff I can, really the only class I do not want to ever take again is Algebra 1. And so anything I can do to skip the math requirement on this is great, because that's the only thing I want to skip. I'd be willing to take biology and geology and all of those things, Well, that's weird. Yesterday, I got an email saying, you're scheduled to teach on Saturday and Sunday. And then today, this morning, I get an email that says, you're scheduled to teach on Saturday, followed by an email that says, you're scheduled to teach on Sunday. I'm like, okay. Yeah, Colton, just ask me to balance your checkbook and you'll see how much of a bad idea that is. Just saying. So, I mean, like stupid stuff. I'm trying to figure out the dumb bills for this house, right? All the bills for this house are like $2,800 a month for everything, like all the bills, including the car payments. So I'm splitting them 50-50. And somehow I got to $1,600 50-50 out of 28. And 16 and 16 do not make 28. I'm just saying. And I didn't catch it for like a week and a half. I didn't catch it at all. Went on about my life. I was like, that was so bizarre. So weird. No, I'm not good at math. Apparently, I can't even divide 28 by 2. Right? It should be 14 and 14, but that's not what I came up with. I came up with 16 and 16. Right? So yeah, math. No, math and I don't get along. We're not friends anymore. We're not friends. Just saying. Excuse me. I'm allergic to mornings. So, anyway, I think it's funny, Colton, that you think that you're the only person on this planet that. Yeah, see, I send everything to Jackson. That's what happens. I just ship all my math to Jackson. Jackson ships them back to me. It's in a cycle. It works, right? You know, my budgeting doc is absolutely one page. I might be able to test. Well, so that's the thing. On my transcript from Westwood, I got a B plus in Algebra 1, which frankly, I remember being wholly shocked by that. So, oh yeah. I mean, I've got a spreadsheet that does that in Excel. It's just that it's not complicated. It's not a complicated spreadsheet at all. I mean, the whole thing is every time you have a bill come in, you write the bill's number into the cell on the spreadsheet. Whatever cells are empty are the bills you still need to pay, and that's pretty much it. So 8.5 by 11 at 300 DPI sounds good. See you in a sec, Colton. I don't know, make a thing, which probably will involve stuff. Maybe, I have no idea. So, because I don't need to worry about that. Yeah, see, that's more Jackson than me ever. Never gonna be able to get that much. Aw, congratulations, Patsy. And I'm glad you moved out of Bernie land, where everything just catches fire and dies. Oops. Well. Yeah, it's better that way. It's much better that way. Oh, I could put 20 and then leave it, because legitimately I'm not going to stay in college. I mean, if I, well, let's see, 2023, I'm going to be 24. What am I? 29, 31. I don't know. I probably will still be in college through 2031. So I probably should put just 20. there. There we go. Kind of looking at this, sort of going, well, cool. But, we could maybe jazz it up a little, maybe. There. Better than nothing. See you next time, Patsy. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. It's always good to see you. So now we're not zoomy anymore? Is that what's going on? Because you don't look very zoomy now. Look less zoomy than you have been in the past. Just saying. Now you look like you're settling into a nap on the chair right there. All right. I feel like that's pretty good. Since I'll be writing on it on the machine or on the PC, I'm not going to worry too much about it being not feeling as zoomy anymore. Okay. We've decided to lay down on the chair. All right. Well, that's good. All right. We have run out of things on here to do, so I'm going to I'm going back through all of my old playlists here. I'm like, what am I working with today? There we go. Now we've got can in here. That way I can try to do some other things on here that are boring and nobody really wants to do it, or nobody wants to watch me do it, like scan stuff. It's always boring. Why am I opening? Should be saved as. Not open as. That's weird. As time goes on, there will be more and more of these days where I'm just not here for some of it. That's just going to be the nature of the beast until I get squared away. There we go. I'm just setting up folders in my OneDrive now for college so that whenever I get started, I've got everything sorted, because I didn't think about that until after I had been in college for like 2 years last time, and I couldn't find papers anywhere. They were everywhere. It was all over the place. It was horrible. In fact, since I'm here, not a bad idea for me to think about doing that right now with what we have. Oh, I'm still trying to upload that. Shrug. All right. Yep, that's what I was thinking. It's like, organize stuff right now. Don't have to fight with it later, you know. Certainly not a thing I did back then. Yeah. Just saying. Alrighty. All of that, coming up with a plan. Welcome back to the stage of history. Just saying. I'm still body doubling with you guys. Just hanging out here. You guys getting work done. I'm getting work done. What? Oh, no idea what they were writing. Everybody writes in like ridiculously weird ways. So funny. Like it's so hard to read some people's handwriting, and you're like, it's just difficult to read what you were trying to say. And by somebody, I'm kind of saying it's me. You know, it's me. Just saying. I'm just saying. You mean my my imitation of um, Samurai Showdown? Ah, Oh, that's right. I was going to go out here. I was like, what am I doing in here? Did you hear the birds? Did you hear the birds? Is that what you heard? Is the birds? There you go. I had to do a movie review in an engineering class. Sometimes I worry about me. I'm like, oh yeah, everybody should probably be aware that I will be going to college to study how people interact with one another. And probably should be I should probably like alert people that I might like say, "Oh, this is fascinating. I'm going to write this down in a paper somewhere." So I will definitely give you guys warning that somewhere along the line I might, who knows, might go, "Oh, hey, this is really cool. I'm going to totally do this." This folder, open it. That said, I may not be above shamelessly reusing my college stuff. I say that, and then I'm probably just going to be annoyed by it and never use it again. So, I mean, I just, like, I'll try to reuse some of this or some usage out of the stuff from college. And then I say that, and now I'm like, you know what's really going to happen? I'm gonna be like, I'm going to do this totally, and then I won't because I'll read it and I'll be like, that's not useful. okay? Okay. Just checking on you. You know, making sure everything's all right. I'm back. You didn't even know I was gone. I'm back. Hope you all are making good work out there. Hello, potato. Wait, on off-brand. Off-brand. Actually, that's a clever name. I like your name. I dig that. That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. How are you doing out there? A zillion magic cards just scanned in. It's so weird. I may have worked my machine here. That's kind of funny. Accidentally. Yep. Well, that was a bummer. I'd done a very big search for a whole bunch of images on my drive because I'm trying to sort things from this huge directory. It's called Unsorted. It has nothing but just like everything in there. And it's just such a mess. And I've gotten into this thing where I'm doing great here. It's just sorting stuff and everything like that. And then I tried to copy all of the images from the Unsorted directory into a big open folder so that it could, figure that stuff out. And all it did was just crash. It's like, well, that's not good. So we'll try this again. This time, I'll do it a little bit more organized. Got about 10 minutes left in the stream for those of you who are counting. It'd be really weird if I left my card game out on the old C drive. That'd be very strange. Unless that's what I was trying to sort out. Maybe it was. Well, guys, we have about 3 minutes left in this morning's sort of thing. this morning's show. I'm so sidetracked by all the things that I'm doing over here. I'm like, perfect. You have found your home. All right. I have done my bit for King and Country on this one. It is time for me to move on to our beloved lunch, because we all love lunch. So I will see you all later. Thank you all for joining me today. I think I kept Jackson here for most of this, and I'm hoping I kept Colton here for some of this. Hope you guys are getting work done, because otherwise, whatever. I don't remember. Anyway, I will talk to you all tonight, hopefully, unless something comes up, because that's what I'm noticing is happening now. Is I'm trying to sort of do things, be with my kid, hang out with the kiddo, and stuff like that. It's kind of complicated right now, and the world's kind of complicated. So, we'll do what we can. So if I'm not here every so often, just bear with me. I'll get there at some point. In the meantime, I will talk to you all later, and keep your eyes on the stars. Goodbye.